Hey with the mess, a mess still a mess, we always say, and you got my sinister side over everything happens, but I delay here. Alright, I'm sorry for this. This is Wednesday, May the 8th, 2019, and already 12:13 on my mark for YOU. Alright, also I have the advertisement. I never received my pre-site forward, I'm sorry. It's just the reality that I know. I'm allowed to say the names of the proper realities of objects and the rates as authorities and the rest. Sorry. Okay, let's make a little moment. You want me to share something. El Jai Kadosh, but Your Majesties, MELECHIM HA'JAI, SARIM HA'JAI, and people, Justice Paris, Michael, and everybody. As you know, I am not tired and I'm not making this. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm tired of this all and I'm sick of it, as here. And you already know what happens. You already have the brief. And you now clear it all. So sorry, I love you all so much. Okay, and I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Yeah, one way to share a little moment. I have a very drama at my voice, and the way I told you, I've been contaminated again. This never stopped on this one. And I'm doing already what I told you. I had to do, sending you material with complete of information, clinics, and the rest, whatever this is. And the rest of the reality is that I got my voice a little suppressed between the struggle and the affected. So naturally the ambience that I am through is not exactly proper, so I have a little headache still. Suppressed like as not really feeling so fine. Forgive me please for this. I'm going to try to give you some senses. I am really feeling exhausted and mistreated. Seriously. Forgive me please, I'm sorry. Alright, just a little bit to share. Just a moment. So, how if Nelayivet ha'etzish ba'achayam madle zevahu Nelat sofotzi Nelot I'm sure I am qualified. Melayat Shevot Amak Havoch Intention Shalan Matotsu. Elieh, I have yet Kelach, my fault, near parts, mehr Payat, Kellet, Avot, Shai. Music at the other side, and I'm sorry, I'm sorry, but playback. I want so forward I'm shed on my love. Tired you MELECHA'HA. I'm sorry for states and cadences. A little bit were wrong. Forgive me, please. Okay. Just a little bit the way you want we to do, I do. We've been working through and just establishing one regular from all, as all we've been working with. I've been killing you, I've been delivering forward as evident realities to deal problems around and any other as much the limitations and the character of the conditionings between the threats, between the menace, between the pains, between the suffer, between the normal attempts daily, not only against my person, but naturally putting me as the normal motive for them to proceed about making them purpose, and the purpose over pursuit and pursuit over them need. Making realizations like the masters and the way of them ancestors and the way of them prides. So naturally, sorry for that all, and sorry you know. But that's making at the relevant for a little bit between just a puzzle like if you want. Okay, you want we to keep a little bit with me, tacitly with me, or Aretha, or any aesthetic processes, which really always were and will always be. And first of all, just a little opera, just a lyrica. And you want we to introduce fragments for any areas, sonatos, whatever it is. Okay, just a little bit. Over binder.
Elishel, and if I my ble, it's Elieh, like ein Loch, yet I wot kelva etzalach, Eshelayem ein layat, ein oilat, haimi hatsev, Elieh, boy.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tirolese ain't for opera, but let me innovate. Over there, there's maneuvers, you know what I mean? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just a little bit more of soprano and okay, a brief one. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. And something of Whitney. Just a little brief. We've been not only sharing these moments, but trying to keeping the right focus over this soul and the best ever that it means us. I'm so sorry for impropers from me until the everyday seems unbearably and really disgusting so often and not really nice. And I'm sorry we just victims overtold us that didn't have to happen. Anyway, it's exactly the way to make some moment as you understand right there. Forgive me please for everything, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Okay, just a little bit. I believe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I come again? I have the hearing. I cannot lose this. I'm not gonna go any other thing. It's my mess. So I've messed it. Can I come again? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I believe in you and me. I believe that we will be in love eternally. Well, as far as I can see, you will always be the one for me. Oh, yes, you will. And I believe in dreams so can. And I believe that love will never end. And like the rivers finds the sea, once lost, but now I'm free. Oh, 'cause I believe in you and me. I will never
hurt your pride. When all the chips are down, baby, you know I'll always be around, just to be right where you are, my love. You know I love you, babe. I will never leave you out. I will always let you in, babe. And more for a high attention when advance deep inside. Can't you see your love? 'Cause I believe in you and me.
I had a lot of fails. I'm sorry. I got my voice. I told you sorry for ulterior situations and terrible things, and as well my anger with terms improperly undescribable, but so reference here around. I'm sorry. Forgive me, please, again. Please ask him sorry. But the reality of I have been through last days, this introduces the character that I will have my capacities in being the person I am taking drugs or something, and mentioned so often in metadona and Elitonosol 5. Between others like IP and 5, which it will be an unarco. And they have been trying to contaminate my life in whatever products I daily can consume, and the person that lives immediately here as the reference of my mother to introduce us for the normal provisions. So naturally they spoken about belladonna and mandragora, and also this metadona that they use to make exactly what they does, and are damaging me seriously. And I have been severe days regularly for this, like in a very paralysis of my larynx. And my vocals still respond as normal I do, and were nothing like I will hurt myself or lesions, maybe tiredness, maybe stress, maybe fatigue. But in the fatigue you have the suppression and you know you got to stop, you know what not do. But the reference of this were paralysis. And also having the right feeling like hardness at my normal flat muscles at my maxillary, and having my mouth like in a very state of tension, and also my back and neck, and recurrently like if that class of artifacted or something from the non-normal anatomy. But the reality will be expressly I have been with this states of like a paralyzed from vocals. And I have still the suppression state, as if my voice wouldn't come naturally and wouldn't have the normal expression as what refers on the voice, but certain class of diminished and as if would be singing through. So suddenly is not really nice. And I am with a very permanent scores from what attempting to me. And it's not a joke. Suddenly I can and I could handle in a very unexplainable way for a lot of people naturally, but so naturally as understanding who I am and what I do. But the reference of having Ebola in my body, but Ejército Argentino, Servicio de Inteligencia Argentino, SIDA, and Policía Federal Argentina with them Kirchners, I couldn't make a disaster. And we're not a very unfertile staff over what they called cepa. Right, and Ebola 6 and Ebola 20, and it's not a joke. And between that all, a lot of virus class. So I could make disasters around here. Because of even though my immunology capacity, the reality is, what about? And they doesn't care no crap. And it's exactly part of the whole at these last times, and continue to make the same to me. So I'm sorry for this, and supposedly my delusion of the larynx or incrimination class, or make the damages to the state of Argentina, and I will need internations, and continues with the same of like a very visceral sickness between they got to make the feast over the class proper name, and they will succeed. I'm sorry, there are things that are not exactly fine, right? Forgive me, please. So
I know I'm not a fool to love you this way. I do. Some more for a higher, some more show. I'm like a some
I'm sorry. Still, I have some responsive a little bit more. Forgive me.
I believe in miracles and the peace, the miracle. And baby, you're my dream come true. I was lost, but now I'm free. 'Cause you know, my baby, you know, mama. Precious love.
Sorry. I have a vice with it. Or something like that. Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's like a cliche from I am coming down and I need to subject it from the lips or something. I'm so sorry. Forgive me, please.
'Cause I believe, baby, I do believe in you and me. So baby, I was lost, but now I'm free. 'Cause I believe in you. And me. I do believe in you and me.
I'm sorry. Alright, I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I don't have the best day. I'm not sure this to be a disaster, but it's not exactly what I wish I can do at my best ever health condition. I'm sorry. Alright, just for this day, and remember, we are gonna make something as the reference of the best ever understood. This is exactly a sense of what we exist for, at the reference of we are persons, not things, and neither certain class of lust of the sickness of the whole of the empires of the whole abominations that we never invited. Our history has traced ever that much as the suffers that we've learned, but at the traces of the suffers and the whole of the destruction caused is exactly traces have been missing between we never had the focus as identifying for every days with a new school to succeed, and we've been victimized for. I'm sorry anyway for everything, and you know what I mean and you know what I say. And you wanted to keep you a little bit just softly. I'm so sorry.